Greetings and a warm welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA Omni Channel and CEO at Trow, TPSU, and 401k TV, coming to you today from steamy Jupiter, Florida. I review all of last week's stories and select the most important and interesting ones, providing open, honest, and candid discussion you will not get anywhere else. So let's get real. First story, J.D. Power's 2024 Financial Advisor Satisfaction Study with over 4,000 advisors showed that employee-based broker-dealers, like wirehouses, were rated higher than independents, due in part to gains in compensation, technology, and support, while indie advisors cited poor leadership at their firms. Stifel led all employee-based firms, followed by Raymond James and Associates and Edward Jones. Independents were led by Commonwealth, Raymond James Financial Services, and Cambridge. More advisors are moving to pure RIA models, and both RIA and RPA aggregators are picking off the top independent firms, leaving the remaining indie advisors perhaps feeling a little bit left out. While many independents, broker-dealers are owned or being acquired by PE firms, which can lead to cost-cutting and senior management turnover. Next story, while mutual funds and ETFs asset-weighted expense ratios dropped 3.4% to just 36 basis points last year and are at their lowest price point in history, according to a Morningstar report, the 2023 decrease was just half of the decline in the previous year. Price pressure plagues passive as well as active funds, but consumer costs may not be dropping due to fees paid to advisors as the importance and value of advice continues to grow. Fund fee pressure is especially rampant in DC plans due to litigation, fiduciary concerns, and the proliferation in CITs and retail plans, as well as the exodus to passive investing. Larger active managers can and are lowering their management fees, putting pressure on smaller competitors. Next story, is the recent U.S. Supreme Court case overturning the Chevron decision a major sea change for our country, which places more power in the hands of courts over regulators to interpret ambiguous laws? Chair Fox of the Committee on Education and the Workplace intends to ensure that the Biden administration adheres to limitation, promising robust oversight if they do not, in a letter to 8 agencies, including the DOL and PBGC. Fox cited past gross and abusive overreach, which she hopes will be curbed by the recent court case. And while Justice Kagan, in dissent, predicted a tsunami of lawsuits, echoed by many ERISA legal experts, Encore Fiduciary's Dan Aronitz welcomes the restraint, claiming that the DOL overstepped their ERISA jurisdiction with their fiduciary rule and doubts that more lawsuits against DC plan sponsors will be filed. Next story, citing inflation and increased benefit costs, a LIMR study indicates that employees are cutting back, willing to spend 20% less than just 2 years ago. Even as healthcare benefits rise, workers are not likely to forgo them, putting pressure on saving for retirement, but also an opportunity for advisors to help workers maximize their benefit spend, as just 54% were satisfied with employer communications. Look for more employers to deploy high-deductible healthcare plans, giving rise to more HSAs. Finally, IRA rollovers are a huge business for many wealth advisors, with close to or over 800 billion exiting DC plans annually. While some RPAs focus on rollovers, most see them as lost revenue opportunities. But with the new DOL rule, the potential for in-plan retirement income, and fintechs like Pantera and Future Capital, will IRA rollovers diminish or evolve? Read my wealth management column about while harvesting IRA rollovers, most with modest balances, may not be a great business for many RPAs. It is just one of many services that advisors can offer participants in plans they manage to form relationships, leading to more lucrative engagement as the convergence of wealth, retirement, and benefits at the workplace continues to gain momentum. So those were the most important and interesting stories from the past week. I listed a few others I thought were worth reading, covering. Encore says Ford industry is overreacting to Chevron overturning. Bain Capital buys Envestnet. Vanguard leans into consultants and advisor relationships as the new CEO takes over, clearing misconceptions about CITs, and Prime Capital and PensionMark rebrand. Please let me know if I missed anything or if you'd like to comment. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you next week on 401k Real Talk.